Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fusion Tournament once again. I'm Glenn, joined by Flash Frost.
Hello.
And to get you this race going, as we have everybody set here.
We are live, and the race is expected to begin pretty much probably within the next few minutes or so. Once both racers are confirmed ready, we will begin. And of course, we'll bring you.
Ronald is readied up, so we're just waiting for Baria here.
There you go.
I think. I think I may have messed something up too. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Just waiting on the countdown.
Yep. So it looks like both of them are ready. I will, guess, leave this thing here. When both of them are ready, the race will shortly begin. Just for something that's some context for those who are joining, who are probably curious, who maybe haven't seen, this is an any percent tournament. So obviously you don't collect every item. You collect as many items as you deem necessary to complete the game, aside from the mandatory ones, of course. On the leaderboard, these two are top 20 runners. The latest personal bests separate them by, it seems, a very close 13 seconds. So if these times are still the most recent for the runners, which I believe they are, we should be looking at another kind of high race there. Hang tight for a second. There is a ping for us.
I got it.
All right. Racers will likely begin very shortly. Good luck to both Ronald and Baria, by the way. Ronald, thanks for the heads up there. The go-to for the race should begin very soon. As a matter of fact, we are seeing that countdown set up. So, Glenn and I will be, providing analysis. Both of us are also runners in this game as well, and so, yeah, it's interesting to see fellow friends and runners run this. And Glenn, I know it's a little tough considering there's a 13-second difference, which means anything goes. But who do you see having the edge early on?
Well, Ronald doesn't. I know Ronald is busy with life, so he doesn't get to play as much as I know he'd like to, and Baria is playing a lot. So, hopefully, for Ronald's sake, Baria can keep it close, keep things interesting for us. We love all that around here.
Absolutely, especially with that race. If the race between Schmade and Mike Food was anything to go off of last week, that race was separated by a measly, what was it? 2 seconds. So
yeah, it was crazy.
One of the best races I have ever seen. And it looks like we are off.
Here they go. Yep, perfect.
So throughout this race, we'll be using some technical jargon, of course, that you may have heard. If you're new to the overall game, we'll explain it. For seasoned runners, we'll sound a little redundant, but of course, it's just to make sure the viewing experience is the best for everyone. So right now, they're both in the main deck. They got to make a little bit of a climb up here. Both runners are probably taking this a little different. As you can see, Baria using wall jumps off the middle. Ronald going off the left side. Both are viable, especially if you don't have to worry about grabbing ledges here.
Text mashing will keep things interesting because you mess up text mashing just a little bit, it might give the other player a chance to catch up. But I still and I told him this. I know Ronald's early game is not where he'd like it to be, but that's okay. None of us are perfect. Absolutely. His end game, on the other hand, he can be really cracked at it when he wants to be. We shall see how he plays today.
Another big thing that at least we'll watch early in the game probably isn't going to be a big factor for these two, but it could down the line, especially if it leans toward the other, is a little bit of the RNG that the game does have. It could be something with related to boss patterns, enemy patterns in certain rooms, or notoriously, especially for the first two bosses, the Ghidoras or the eye doors, the little pupils that guard boss rooms. These things can shoot out beams, and our runners are going to try to do something to mitigate the opportunity for them to do that. But sometimes you're just a victim to it, and hopefully they're not. Hopefully it's clean. That would be amazing, right, Glenn? If they both just no beams. It's never going to happen, but a fusion
They
runner can
both
dream.
play out of their mind. We're in for such a treat.
Absolutely. Hello to everyone in the chat, by the way. Hey, chat, who do you think is going to win between these two runners? Let us know. Of course, Glenn and I were just two people here who are hoping for, again, another very close race. I'm happy with either one winning. If I'm not mistaken, this is a loser's bracket race. And here, I'll actually pull up the bracket just so we can kind of get a picture as to what's going on here. Baria, by the way, a little bit ahead right now. He's going to be grabbing missiles a few seconds before Ronald will, with a time of, counting the beginning of the melody, 2:48, it seems, or right off the cusp of 2:47:48. Ronald with a 2:53. After missiles are grabbed, they're going to be making a run toward the first boss, named Arachnus. No, not a spider. There is a spider in this game, but the spider doesn't have 8 legs. Doesn't make sense.
Technically, he's an armadillo.
He's an armadillo. That's true. All right, and here we are. They're both going to grab these first 2 missile packs to have 20. It's ideal to have 20 here for this boss. Baria gets a beam on his first shot. 2 beams. All right. Don't know if he hit that double. 3 beams
I don't know if Ronald looked like he hit a double, I think.
He did. And Baria is getting a little punished here with some of that, but shortly after, looks like it's pretty good.
It's pretty even now.
I'd say
nice.
so. All right, here it comes. Ooh, is Baria... Oh, he feigned staying behind Arachnus for
Oh man, and we got a roll for Ronald. Now they're neck and neck. No opening double for Ronald, but on Arachnus, it's not that big of a deal because he only needs 3 of the regular missiles. But Baria comes out a little bit behind sync-wise. But...
Probably a second of difference between the 2 runners. And that was beautiful. So Baria hits the first double. Doesn't need a double the second. Sweet spots the enemy, so I think he takes a slight lead here. But Ronald doing a very clean Arachnus fight, too, especially given the wretched rolls here, Glenn.
You're right. It's crazy.
All right, now they're going to talk to Adam here. Adam's going to essentially tell them now that doors have been unlocked, essentially, X are starting to slowly but surely kind of move into the environmental sectors of this game. So they're going to go to the first one. Interesting strategy here. Baria is going for a missile that he tends to skip. Ronald as well.
They both are, yeah. They're both going for the cubby hole, which is nice safety strat. 25 missiles is much nicer to have in Sector 1 than just 20 if maybe you're not perfectly comfortable with it, but, you know.
Glenn, what do you normally prefer? I'm still on that mindset of taking it even in non-races.
I'll still take the 25, whether I'm racing or not.
There you go.
Yeah, Sax is just being a very rude house guest and destroying our favorite door.
Yeah, I wish I had super missiles that strong.
You know, ours might not be as strong, but they make a much more satisfying sound.
They absolutely do. Crunchy missiles is what I call it on my splits, because they really do have a nice crunch to them. One thing I admire about Fusion, in most cases, we'll get to a few exceptions down the line, cough Ridley, the sound design for the game is pretty good. All right, so now they're entering 1.
And as we all know, we have our lovely stabilizer section. 5 stabilizers. Gotta hope that the positioning of them all is in your favor so you can get those quick 3 missiles. Baria is making his way through Sector 1. We try to bring Ronald back.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of some desyncing there, Dark Spy.
If
you're curious.
Oh, his stream went down.
His stream did go down. Hopefully
Well,
it recycles up. I'm looking at his main stream. There does seem to be some ads playing on his side. Well,
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Might be a little bit of a break for now, but there you go.
Here he comes.
Yeah, I'm seeing his stream back up, so racers, don't worry. You're probably going to see a certain segment of the run just kind of skipped over as things switch over, but Ronald's run is still very much live right now. So you'll see it in just a moment. In the meantime, Baria, very clean fall here. One of the things you want to make sure you don't do in Sector 1 is just get hit, because you want to make sure you have enough missiles, and if you're getting hit, then the drops will favor health, not missiles, and you can see where it can kind of snowball pretty early on.
Oh, there he goes.
It's back off.
There
Off
we go.
sync by a few
Takes
seconds.
a second.
That's
Yep.
all right.
And we
Ronald's
can fix
with
that.
the question mark. You're good, Ronald. If you can hear us, just keep racing. You are fine. So now they're approaching the second boss. What do they call it? It's something elephant in the name. I just call it Charge Core, but it's got a unique name. Glenn, do you know what it is?
Not offhand, I don't.
It's the Charge Core, essentially. I'm going to get the first beam upgrade here. And again, it does seem like there's a little bit of some time difference here, so don't let that worry you much. I think a good time for both of these runners is to get the charge beam before 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Elephant Bird is what it's called. Thank you for that, Dark Spine. We got a beam from Ronald. 2 beams for both of them, it seems. Ooh, there you go. And just like that, the most hated eye door is vanquished. Wow. Pretty clean fight from both. It looked like Baria missed one of the doubles, but his few seconds that he had ahead has allowed him to have a decent, 2 or 3 second lead here, while Ronald did hit both.
There's a bit of a lead for Baria. It's a couple seconds off here. Here it goes.
Yes, it is
pretty worse.
It is pretty good to see how close the runners are, as some of the chat is mentioning. It is, again, important to mention, these 2 runners on the personal best leaderboard are only separated by a measly 13 seconds. So these 2 will likely be close for a good portion of the run. Now, eventually there could be some mistakes, but I expect at least that to happen to both sides. And if that's the case, there should be some ironing out. And hopefully, again, we can get another thriller. Anything I'd say within 30 seconds to a minute is what I think most of the chat would probably hope for. And who knows,
I think if we're going to see a discrepancy, that's largely noticeable, it's probably going to be here in the early game, and then probably toward the middle game it'll close back up. That's what I think, and that's if that happens at all.
Yeah. One thing I want to see, Glenn, and it's always a point of contention. I've heard some runners when they race each other, it's an agreement amongst the 2. I wonder if they're going to go for the SAX skip in Sector 2 after the high jump boss. It'll be very entertaining to see.
Oh, that'll be fun, because I don't think Ronald normally does in races, but
I've seen him do it.
He's surprised me before, so you know what? If he does, he does. If he doesn't, we'll see.
Very, very close between these 2. This is awesome. Literally hopping on the elevator, one right after another.
But when you've cleared all 5 stabilizers, you win a tropical vacation.
That's true.
To Sector 2. Featuring our favorite huggable caterpillars, the Zorro.
The Zorro. If there were Zoros in real life at a tropical getaway, I would not consider that a fun vacation.
Well, when they do 45 hit points per hug, it is not a fun time, especially if you're
I think there's a
a little
life
more on
lesson.
the mad side and you go for no E-tanks at this point.
Yeah, I think there's a life lesson here. Don't hug caterpillars, whether they're poisonous or not, in real life or in games. Just let them be, man. They're not bothering nobody. I'm sure we're going to be seeing these two shoot some of these Zoros soon. And it's an interesting, precursor. The Zoros do so much damage to Samus. And eventually Samus will come across them evolved later on, and they do even more. So these wretched creatures are going to be a problem throughout the run.
The irony of suits giving you,
Quote.
quote unquote, more defense or progressive defense. Well, the game says, well, the heck with that. We're just going to give you enemies that do more damage. So, yeah.
Yep.
In the meantime, my favorite room of RNG in this game, not really. Let's see how Baria gets through perfectly. Got the great pattern, both going away from you. Ronald got the second one going towards you.
So it takes a little bit of a
hate
hit.
to see it.
Harder to time that second double for sure. You got to shoot it a bit earlier, it seems.
It's always earlier than you think it is because
Mhm.
missile curves are great.
So we have 1309 for Baria's security and 1314 for Ronald. So again,
5
within
seconds.
5 to 10 seconds.
But like I said, if there's going to be a discrepancy, it's going to be here in the early game. So, and then Ronald will turn it on, lock in, and go.
Here we go. Nice threading the needle there by Baria. Grabbing the ledge is a safe strat, but it causes you time. And Ronald too. Anytime you grab a ledge or hit a platform when you can otherwise jump over it, may not seem like much, but for these runners, it can add up quickly to seconds that are lost. So if you see them just bypassing certain platforms, it's just to save those frames. It's going to matter a lot. And we have, yeah, they're within 5 seconds though. This is great.
Yep,
Loving what I'm seeing
these are
here
the
so
races
far.
you love to see.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays this way throughout the rest of the run, but I know better in RNG. Giveth and RNG taketh away.
Absolutely.
As we will see here with the Ghidorah and our favorite jumping madness, Zazabi.
Oh boy. We love that boss. May not be a fair comparison to compare it to something like Super Metroid's Phantoon, but it can be pretty darn annoying all the same, because that's something you can't really control. You just kind of have to deal with the pattern that it gives you. Sazabi about to ruin both of their careers.
Going to ruin this whole man's career, as they do. Alright. Zazabi is a fun time to be had.
Nice shot extend from Baria to get past the... I call them pancakes. I don't know what these things are called.
I also call them pancakes because somebody just decided to throw their breakfast all over the floor. Samus has to clean it up.
As per usual, always asking Samus to do the dirty work.
Every time.
Great movement from both into the room with the, what is this called, a Daskiga or something? It's another side hopper, but great movement there.
They're all just side hoppers.
Yeah. Ron seems to be, what, a room and a half behind, so very, very close.
Just a few feet. It's fine. Do they use feet in this universe? I don't even know.
They probably use meters. I feel like Samus is a metric.
they're gonna use metrics.
Yes, absolutely.
Who uses the Imperial system? There's only one advantage to it. Use your imagination.
Well, Baria
anyway, here's Zazabi.
There you go. Baria with a really good start. No jumps for the first phase. Gets 3 for the second.
Not so kind to Ronald here, it seems. Second phase was perfect. We like that.
There you go. Love to see it.
Baria is finishing up and getting to the core here. Ronald has 2 more layers to destroy. While we look at this beautiful double-double. Oof, and the sweet spot.
I love to see it. If you can get that X while there's still shrapnel from the core, it's just very satisfying.
We love the sweet spot. See how doubles treat Ronald here. Boop, boop. Right, there's one. Okay. See that second one?
Love it. No sweet spot, but pretty darn close. I'm impressed. Sub 17 for both runners.
You'll love to see it.
Here we go. Baria with the question of the day. Beautiful R shot there, by the way. Let's see. Does he do it? Setting up missiles?
Nope. He tried to troll us.
Oh boy, Baria, the ultimate troll.
Why everybody troll this?
Oh my gosh. I feel like we should ban these runners on the spot. Kidding, of course. We love them both. Let's see if Ronald does it. Nice charge shot into
If he's watching, he may. Nope. He's not even going to troll us. All right. Respect, Ronald. Respect.
Ronald, thanks for not trolling the commentators here, making our job easier.
I didn't expect Ronald to go for it. Like I said, he doesn't normally do it in races.
All right. So next up is Sector 4, which personally, Glenn, I love. There's only one thing about Sector 4, which I don't like.
Is it a speedy water snake?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that in both of my races, so far, that speedy water snake, I have not been able to take care of in ideal fashion. So it's been particularly grueling for me. Hopefully these can show everyone, including me, how it's done. That's what I'm excited to see. Ronald says 9. I'm assuming that's 9 jumps.
I am assuming the same.
Yeah. To save time, both runners should simply skip Saris. I agree, Dark Spy. I agree.
Only the game worked that way.
Yep. It's kind of funny. Go on.
It is funny. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's funny how, in my opinion, the bosses with the same music, the best music, for a speed runner, for a casual run, I think they're very great. For a speed run, both bosses that share the Saris music, I don't like in a speed run. I really don't like them at all.
We love the heavy RNG bosses in this game. But no, unfortunately, you ain't skipping anything in this game. It's interesting how Fusion works. Basically, every time there's the fanfare, it's supposed to unlock what you're supposed to get next in the linear fashion that the game is designed in. So if you were to say skip Saris and for some reason be able to get into the level 2 security doors, you would get Speed Booster.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've seen some of the out of bounds stuff that you can do in Sector 2 and get to Notori as early as possible, if you beat Notori, you would be unlocking the level 1 doors.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, it's just programmed that way.
Yep, game has its...
Unlike the randomizer, mind you, but that's neither here nor there. No good jump from Baria. That's unfortunate.
Fell into the water there. He does seem to have a decent lead. He seems like 2 rooms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's got himself a nice little lead here.
Ronald, great movement. Let's see this.
I do think Ronald is stronger towards the end game, so I'm not counting him out yet.
Oh, absolutely. Don't count either of these racers, chat, even if they have a bad Saris or whatnot, because...
And now Baria commentator's curse. Here we go. He's doing some strange things, but...
Love to see it.
They happen. You know what? Nobody's perfect. They happen.
Yep. So, story-wise, you're expected to fight Saris in this small little tank here that, as you can see, Baria is entering and exiting. But that's the corpse of what was once an X-Parasite-free Saris. X has now taken control of the snake and, well, is in that door that Baria is trying to shoot. And goodness...
Did we get the door fix? We did get the door fix.
Love it.
Jump. Perfect. All right. Speedy boy. Flash's bane of existence here. We're getting a boom point blank shot. Get it maximum damage, I think. It looked like a flare hit him. That flare does some damage.
A little bit of a distance.
He did not. Okay, so we're looking at least 3 rounds from Baria, which is Ronald's opportunity to catch up. See if he does it here. Boom. Perfect. Looked good to me. All right, we got that. So we want him to do that same pattern again. That'd be great.
Oh, boy. That's 4 phases.
Oh, no, Ronald! No.
Oh, but Ronald has a 3-phase. Baria has at least 4.
Ronald got... Oh, no!
Oh,
the same thing happened, and he has to go for a 4th shot.
Prime opportunity for rage.
Goodness, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, now you can understand why we hate this snake, man.
I
Oh,
feel like they learned it differently than I did.
yeah. There you go. Nice
There we
doubles
go.
here.
Good sweet spot for Ronald. So
Yes,
that's
totally.
always nice.
Great
A
low
nice
height
little
from. Yep.
consolation prize, if you will, for the stupidity that is indeed the RNG of Ceres. As runners know,
Nice curve missile there.
we love the curved missiles in Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
They're so fun.
All right. So we're going to re-enter the same rooms that we just exited as Bari is doing, but instead of going back to Ceres, because you don't want to do that, you should never get an item twice, Bari is going to lower the water levels here. So that way he can now use the speed boost he acquired from boss that must not be named to get out of here. We're done with Sector 4. For a while.
Oh, and not going for the low height spark here. He just going crazy. So
Yeah.
Ronald gonna go for it.
I think so.
By the looks of things. I'll see why not. What's he got to lose? I mean,
anything. It's just saving time. Oh, he's going for the diagonal. Nice. All right, so here he goes. A running start.
Oh
no!
So far, my prediction is coming true. We are having a discrepancy here in the early game. But now we get to do everybody's favorite robotic fun. Sector 3 and box.
Yep.
As
Box,
you do.
An interesting enemy. I actually really like the box fights and the different ways you can do it. The quick kill, which you're supposed to kill box as quick as possible anyways, but the fastest way is to essentially make sure that boss never moves. We'll get to that very soon, obviously. But next up, we're going to the 4th sector, which is Sector 3, because you don't go to them in order.
Because we love... No. This is just how to count. 1, 2, 4, 6, 5...
And then 3 again.
3, 0, back to 5.
Yeah.
Back to 0.
I think there's like 6 5s.
And then
there's a lot of 5s.
Into 2. I think. I don't know. I'm trying to map it out in my head, and it's just not going well because my brain doesn't function at 8:30 at night after waking up at 4:30 a.m.
I see.
I digress.
Early day for you as well.
Every day is an early day.
We stay up late for you, chat. We love this game, and we just love talking about it. And it's better than running the game.
Nah. Running the game is fine.
All right, so Bariat's talking to Adam again, essentially telling him to download missiles a second time. That won't get old, I promise you.
You wouldn't download missiles, would you?
Honestly, I might. It saves me a trip to the office.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. Who wants to drive nowadays?
Good question.
All right, so Baria going for a Shine Spark on the low end. Does save frames doing that strategy. Quick, smooth movement to the green doors. Oh, I forget. We have some runners across the sea. Yeah, Dark Spy does have a point. Let's see what Ronald goes for here. Nice up spark. Also very fast as well. There's only one strat that's really faster than what both of them are doing, and it requires them to store the spark in the main lobby that they enter, which is very hard to do. It's I'm not mistaken.
We don't deal with it.
Perfect.
It's not worth it. Don't try.
You get it, go for it, but like honestly, during a race, no.
Maria not going for the shine break storage. Very safe, very wise, if I say so myself.
That's another risky strat as well. Has great payoffs if you can hit it.
Well, I mean, we've already seen in this tournament a couple of people have failed the shine break and just had to do the recharge walk of shame, if you will.
Yep.
See if these side hoppers want to play nice. They do for
Was that
Baria.
the good jump, almost the good jump
Almost.
by Baria. Man, I got excited when I saw that.
No data spark though. So let's see what Ronald does in that same room here. I think he does the same thing.
Yeah. So to answer chat's question here,
He's going to just go.
When you first enter that room where flyers are in that you're supposed to kill with speed boost blocks, you can store the shine spark and shoot it up in the next room. Saves you a few seconds. So that's what that up spark is that we're referring to. All right, Baria with box. Let's see. Smooth movement. Hitting all of his
Not
shots.
bad, not bad.
Love it.
I got a little concerned there. I saw a couple. I think I saw a tank or two, but
The good
you
news
know
is
what?
that,
It's
yeah.
all good.
One thing you want to know about box is the further right you can kill it, the better. You don't want this thing to back too much to the left. Ronald with decent movement. He did tank one missile,
Oh,
but he still hit
two
a lot.
missiles.
Up.
Okay,
Three.
he's gonna hit 2, I think here. Nope, just 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the good news is that box did jump back to the right, so it does help. It was a bit of a slower fight, but the things you want to have, box stays mainly right in the arena, and you come out of that fight with more than what 3 missiles, because you want to have at least 3 entering.
You want to enter Sector 6 with 3, but you would like to have 5 after box, 6 if you're feeling unsafe with a charge beam on that first side hopper.
Mm-hmm.
But Ronald only has 2, so he's got a couple of options here. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's probably just going to grab the missile expansion that is right before the barrier that blocks you.
I'm a
that you
little
need super
interested.
missiles for. So
He had
Mari, on the
3
other hand,
coming
is
out,
close.
so he definitely must have fired one.
He
at
shot
the
the
hopper.
first the first side hopper instead of charge beam.
I see.
If you shoot it point blank with a charge beam, the side hopper will die.
Hello, who's winning, Ross? The audience.
The audience
is
will
winning.
always win in these races.
Full health, you can be 1 missile after box, according to Gemini there.
Full health, you can, yeah.
2. Okay, there you go. Well, yeah, if you have full health, because then your drops
Yeah,
will
if you-
favor greens. Yeah.
Your drops will always be green if you have full health and not enough missiles.
All right. So Ronald is now exiting 3 or 6. No, 3. Yes, I'm off. And
3 to go
Maria's
to
entering
6.
6. Yes, they're
There
going.
you go.
Goodness, chat.
I got you, homie.
Sparkling here. Glenn's a great help. Also a great friend and a great runner. Just wanted to let you know that.
I can't push the button.
I know where he was going with that. But anyway, now Baria is going to do a little door fix here after the recharge room and try to charge through as many of these bats as he can while jumping.
Perfect.
Perfect. Going
Easy
through.
peasy. So he does not have to grab that missile expansion,
He is
which is
going to bomb
fine.
it. So he'll get it on the
So
exit.
He's either going to grab it on his exit or he's going to get it on his way back through the sector later. Which we'll see. Ronald, on the other hand, is missing a missile, so he has to either somehow get a green drop, which he's not getting, and just grab the missile expansion. Yep. Safest way to do it.
Oh, a little close call there with Baria slipping, but even if he did get hit, he has a lot of energy. Ronald in a bit more.
Yeah.
Ooh, Baria saving frames with that jump. It may not seem like a lot, but that's a strategy I know he's been practicing really hard. It may not seem like much, but good on him for hitting that. Now, Ronald going into the tower falling. Baria will be entering the second SAX room.
Meanwhile, if you thought the Zoros did way too much HP for this point in the game, yeah, Blue X, and I'm not joking, they do 69 damage. That's not a joke, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, they do a lot. Great spark from Ronald as well. Now, they both have energy tanks coming in.
Did Baria just run over that hole?
I think he did.
What the heck?
Perfect timing.
I feel like
man.
I've
was
never
very
seen
interesting.
that. I feel like I've never seen
I
that.
don't think I've seen it, at least in a race anyway. Great. Almost got through that
Boom.
room clean.
No beams for Baria, which is very beautiful. We love it.
All right. Ronald
All right,
now.
beach ball. The Mega Core. Let's see here. Does it play nice with Baria? We want 4 shots here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, double. Yes. Okay, nope. No triple double here, but that's okay. Okay, down to the red, and I think he's just needs the 1, but I didn't see it.
He did hit 2 doubles. He hit the first and the last.
It
Separated
looked
by
like
2
it,
singles.
yeah.
Now,
Let's see
Ronald
how-
is entering that room as Baria exited. Let's see if he gets a clear one. Let's
1,
go.
2, 3. Come on. Okay, it's not where you ideally would want it to be a little higher, but you know what? There's a double.
There you go. Love the shot extends there. Give
2
yourself
doubles.
some
All right,
space.
just needs 1 missile, and the core is dead. Cool,
What's
perfect.
nice is
Sweet
it's a
spot.
lot easier to sweet spot it, I feel, if you don't have to double it, which is weird because you're losing time not doubling it, but there you go.
Well, obviously, what we say in times like that, Flash, is get good.
Yeah. Something that I am not, by the way.
Nah,
Pretty
you're
popular
fine.
belief.
You're fine. As we do our own PB one-upping exchange every
Of
so
course.
often.
Len and I run Hundo a lot, and when I beat him, he beats me, and vice versa.
In what some have called the hold my beer run. That's
Very
neither here
fun
nor
time.
there, as
Mhm.
we
will
run
say,
very
chat.
far away from Sector 6.
Yeah,
As
get out of
it's
Sector 6.
supposed to be dark, but it doesn't look very dark. I digress.
By the way, Baria had a really clean jump or climb, and so did Ronald. He did have to deal with getting hit by a puffer, but honestly, that's just something you kind of got to deal with. That's not on him. It's just the game being the game.
Good benefit of grabbing the expansion first for Ronald. Doesn't have to stop by and do it again, so he doesn't have to worry about that puffer getting back in his way.
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to be in the same room for a little bit.
Yep. Long text conversations with Adam are probably the best. Did I say best? Worst part of the game.
Text is great.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, unlike most Metroid games that you see a lot of these runners run, when it comes to Fusion, part of the skill is learning when to mash, kind of memorizing the text to pass on through. The runners here are running on the Japanese version, so less characters have to run across the screen, making the text conversations inherently faster than the English or other versions. But you still have to kind of know when to press A and kind of advance through. It does help a lot, and something that's definitely difficult.
I think you and I could both save seconds on our text, and that's, yeah, that's definitely a thing, but, you know. Hey, look, it's Adam again.
Oh boy, we missed Adam, by the way.
I have always missed Adam. Ooh, look at the elevator snipe from Ronald. Very nice.
Love that.
It's always so satisfying to hit.
It really is.
Ew, practicing text, says Sci-Fi Gemini. Well, you know what? If you lose the time, that's on you.
Nice door fix by Baria. Charge missile. Missile gets in that room clean. Door fix is here. Let's see if he can run through this room perfectly.
I think he'll be okay.
Nice wall jump. No ledge grabs.
Ooh, he's got that charge strat down.
Perfect movement in the glass room. Let's see if Ronald can repeat. He's entering 5 now.
Pretty so far.
Yeah, very, very good movement as well.
See if we get the scam pattern for Baria here. No. Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
I don't have an issue with that happening to me, but I've seen many people of the community I interact with. They all just, for whatever reason, seem to get it. I've gotten it like once.
I get it often, so I'll honestly sacrifice the frames to run 2 steps to
like
the
Ronald
left.
did there, yeah.
It's worth it in my eyes because, yeah, you're losing time, but then you're not losing much more time if you have to deal with that wave or disrupting your speed boost. All right, so we have I'm going to memorize these times here. A yellow doors time of 35:20. Yeah, 35:30 roughly for Baria here. So we can compare that to Rage, who's just a few rooms behind.
I really do think Ronald's going to turn it around and lock in by endgame.
He was around 30 seconds behind in Sector 6, so let's see. This
fine.
is already a decent kind of speed up here.
We're looking at 23 seconds behind for Ronald.
Not bad at all, especially considering we're kind of at near the halfway point of the run at this point, give or take like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that, give or take.
Good movement from both.
We got ice missiles for Baria.
Now,
we love this Ripper room.
You might get the impression.
Ooh, debated.
Wow, no hits from any of the Rippers.
Chicago, on the other hand, says, "Not in my house."
What happened there? That
It hadn't fully spawned yet, so the box wasn't there.
thought the game just bugged out on him.
No, not quite. Not quite, Flash.
But yeah, for those who might be unfamiliar, ice missiles take 2 hits to kill, unlike the super missile, which took 1. But ice missiles do have more hits, or more damage per hit. So they are still a stronger weapon, believe it or not. They add 5 damage to it.
The way 10. The way the
10?
randomizer, or at least that information was presented to me, is
It's
base
10.
missiles are 10, super missiles are 20, ice missiles are also 10.
Yes, they are.
And then diffusion is 5.
Diffusion, the coolest looking missile, is inherently the weakest and the most useless.
Yeah, I feel like diffusion came across more of as an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like,
Even the
I wish they
Federation
would have done more with it, because it is a cool idea, but it feels more of an afterthought. Meanwhile, it's emergency in Franker Z. Someone left the stove on in the Sector 3 basement.
It was me, I'm sorry. I was cooking.
We've talked about
chowder.
this. It's a fire hazard.
Chowder. I was craving some seafood, man.
It's a fire hazard. We've talked about this.
Man. Well, anyway, Baria and Ronald are going to put out the fire that I started.
Oh, thankfully.
Yeah. And these two are really fast, so they'll get the job done quite quickly. I'm going to estimate that both finish above 4:30 here on the IGT timer on the top right, the in-game timer, essentially.
4:30-ish? Yeah.
I expect
I could see it. Especially if Ronald has settled down his movement here and just goes, lets it flow.
Carrie just wanted a BBQ. Yeah, makes sense. Best place to barbecue is in the hottest sector, so I get it.
But not in the basement.
Yeah, so far away, man.
I understand, at least where I live, it's raining. But we still can't have fire.
Yeah.
Baria is just making quick traverse over this way, and that flyer just said no.
Wow, that flyer took the charge hit. That's interesting. Probably missed the flare there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
If Samus's arm cannon is facing anywhere but forward, we're not going to have fun there.
All right, nice double stretchy room there. Hard strat, honestly, at least for me, but Baria gets through it easily.
Go off ledge, fire down 4 times. Easy peasy.
All right, and
okay, Ronald looking so far so good. Let's see if the side hopper's having it. It is okay. This one, on the other hand, is not having a great day. But you know what? No beams again for Baria.
That helps a lot.
This RNG is very generous right now.
Really good time, and Ronald as well. Does he get both the doubles? Oh, yes, he does. Falling double X. That's perfect. That is
433 or 34.
Yes,
34. A low 34.
Ronald is right behind him. It does look
also
like
no beams for Ronald. Perfect. All right. So no time lost on RNG for the door.
I wish it was like this during our casual races.
I know, right? There's one. Oh no, I didn't think that was a double.
Yeah, I saw a missile tink. Yep, that's gonna hurt him.
No, maybe it would help if I put the stream on my main monitor instead of on my side monitor that's vertical and makes the screen all tiny.
Wow.
I'd be able to see these tinked missiles. I use that monitor for Discord, and we're watching on the Discord stream. So,
well, we do.
Can you blame me?
No. But we do have a 428 from Ronald, so if he hit that double, my prediction of 430s would have been.
Yes, it would have been like a 431-ish, but Baria's was still better overall. He had a 434, which is really good.
Yeah. Good movement in the stretchy room for Baria. Ronald will get there in about a room and a half. That room is fun.
To see that when that room is done well. It's so satisfying to see.
And it might look difficult, but it really isn't too hard. But
it's not as hard as it looks, if that makes sense.
All right, let's see. Ronald's about to do it right now.
Boom, boom. All right. Freeze that thing. Up we go. Good.
Love to see it. Freeze that Nova gives you a little bit of extra jump height.
Perfect. Look great.
Great
Love
movement
it.
there by both of our runners.
Okay.
All right, so next up is the animals segment. For those who played Super Metroid, hopefully you saved the animals, or else this doesn't make sense.
So basically, you've either played the game and saved the animals, or you speedran the game and this makes no sense to you.
Yes, if you speedran the game, you might be wondering how in the world the animals are here. But if you've casually played the game,
Shave the animals,
shave the
Rosu
animals.
says. I disagree.
What if it's cold in there?
Unless
You
it's
know-
a sheep and is overdue for a shearing, in which case, yes, please shave the sheep. It gets hot. Especially in August, as we are.
Yes. Not a fan of the summer season, by the way, mind you.
I am of the opinion that summer is too hot.
Sector 5 is my kind of vibe.
Too cold for me. I'm
You're more of a Sector 1 fan, aren't you? I can see it.
They got broken air conditioners in there. No.
Uh-oh, chat's not happy with us, Glenn. Maybe our corny jokes just aren't landing.
I mean, I know people for corn jokes if you want them, but
Oh boy. Good movement by Baria here. Not doing the impossible strat, which is supposed to be impossible. But still a pretty good strat here.
it's only impossible because you and I haven't done it.
Yep. There you go. Wow, hugging the wall there. Really good spark.
Let's see what we
into
got
the
here.
animals. All right.
Where's that last Eddie Kuhn? There he is. Okay. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
For Baria. Let's see, Ronald.
Does he go for impossible?
Oh, he's going for the secondary strat,
Right,
which
going
is
for
fine,
the
and he missed the missile too low.
That's weird. Thankfully, he didn't fall off the ledge. It does cost him a
Hitboxes
second
are
or so.
very misleading in this game on
Yeah,
certain
that
enemies.
looked like it hit. I'm not
That looked
gonna
like
lie.
it was just scraping his underside.
Oh my gosh.
Ay,
Nice.
ay.
Save
That
the
is
spark as well.
unfortunate.
For those who don't know, especially if you're
Please
running the
cover
game
your eyes if
normally.
you're sensitive to ugly.
Yeah, this is supposed to be
As
the
the
Baria
joke
suit.
goes. Ooh, looks like Ronald got a slightly better animals, but not by much.
Yes.
But time save is time saving. He will definitely take all he can get.
Mm-hmm. Question.
Mario lands. Answer, Flash.
Do you split at animals when you're running this game?
I do. I
too.
split exactly when the Decora bows and its face hits the floor.
Yeah, me too. I know it's a small segment between animals and power bombs, but I think the movement, however finite it is just enough where I think it's a good way to kind of keep track of what's going on.
I simply do it so that if I am losing time by my movement going to power bombs, I'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Dark
I know my movement up until animals is not the best, so it doesn't bother me that much. And now Chad is having discussions on suit design.
I do think the Dread Gravity suit is my personal all-time favorite.
I loved all the suits in Dread. There is not a bad one. This is a bad one. Varia suit in Fusion.
Yep. I think there's only one worse one. There's one that's worse than this, Glenn.
I think you and I disagree with this.
No. I think there's one worse. I think you and I are going to agree. I think when Prime took this Fusion suit and the Varia colorway, it actually looks worse than it does in the 2D game.
So I think it's just because I don't think the Fusion suits in Fusion, or in Fusion, in Prime are just polished.
I could see
Like
that.
really at all. They don't look like they got enough touching up.
All right, so Baria now has loud bombs. He's going to use them to trigger the third set piece here with the SAX. So we just can't get enough of our
What was that in the
twin.
background? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it.
Ooh,
We're not going to
close!
worry about stuff.
I thought for sure he was going to hit that ledge there, but he got it really nice. There you go.
Back
And
to this
now-
data room.
Yep, here we go.
We're not
This
getting
is
ice
the-
missiles again.
No. What do you mean spoilers? I'm talking about the glass room. Baria, great power bombs. So as I've just mentioned, they're going to now wake up their twin for the third time. right? Yes, sector
Are we
2,
sure it's
sector
the...
6,
Yeah,
sector
you know
5.
what?
Oh,
Never
well,
mind.
technically the 4th time because they triggered it in the main deck, but all right, here he goes. All right, gets in. It's a smooth room there. Let's see. Set the power
Oh
bomb
no!
at the
Oh
apex.
no! Baria!
Oh,
We
oh,
saw
that's
this.
scary.
We
Woo!
saw this like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
scary.
Scary, but you know what? He lives.
He
And that's
lived.
all that
We're
matters.
good.
Lots of question marks from seasoned runners here. They're very confused that Baria would make such a crucial mistake.
Scared.
All right, Ronald's turn. He
We
just
saw
got
that.
firebombed. There you go. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, he definitely was, Monkey.
He was. Hopefully, Ronald doesn't do the same because I don't know if my brain can handle anymore. Okay,
Set
we're
the
good.
powerbomb a little to the left. Oh, okay,
We're
perfect.
fine.
Ronald,
We're fine.
thank you for making it easier on your commentators, man. Goodness.
I was already worried.
All right. that happened to me during my most recent run. I grabbed the ledge during the power bomb. For those who don't know, if you're shooting a power bomb or unleashing it, you have to wait for the explosion to come back in before you can grab ledges. It'll force you to drop.
It's terrifying when you think about it.
It absolutely is.
Nice red drop, Ronald.
All right, so Baria is now heading up an elevator, and Ronald is soon to enter it. He freezes that little flapjack in particular because it's just been a bully. Yeah, stay frozen, my friend. And now we'll never go back to Sector 5 again, I hope. I hope.
I feel like you're lying to me already.
Oh, man. See right through me.
I can't see you at all.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We have the second loudest sound in the universe in power bombs. It's all good.
Yes.
Elevator broke again.
Man, rip.
That main deck
too.
elevator is just like the world's saddest elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the last missile that Baria is going to grab.
All right. Yeah, I think so too. That's my last missile for most runners. It's usually doesn't really lose you time to grab that in comparison to some of the other missiles on the route. So that'll usually be what you see as their last if they're going for 45. If they're going for 50, they'll grab one more right before the next boss. But
I don't know anybody. These two definitely are doing 45.
Yeah, I know a few who get 50.
There are still some that will go for 50. One of them maybe in this voice call.
No, I go for 45.
Oh, you do 45 again?
Yes.
Okay.
No, the one that
Never
Ronald
mind.
just grabs is my final one. We'll grab that as our final one. Unless I'm just feeling particularly bad with my missiles, I'll probably grab the Yakuza one, but...
If I get 50, it's because I accidentally pity missiled earlier.
All right, great movement from Ronald Rage into the room. Baria is getting close to Yakuza. Ronald has a quick, 7 dialogue talk with Adam.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah, thankfully it's rather quick.
Meanwhile, I like how Adam told us earlier that he couldn't show us certain things that aren't on the map because of safety reasons, but he's just showing me where the auxiliary power is.
I think he's just getting tired of being held behind these constraints. I agree.
I'm getting tired of Adam and his nonsense.
When is 4E tank a thing? A lot of the runners in this race have been doing that. The top seeds...
No beams again for Baria. What the heck? The RNG gods have favored Baria.
Let's see how...
Would like to see an RNG scorecard by the end of this, if you know what I mean.
See. Let's hope for a one-round Yakuza here. The quote-unquote god-tier Yakuza. Do we get it? Oh my goodness, we get it. That is incredible.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Baria's having some kind of luck today.
Yes, man. All right. 0 beams, 1 round.
No beams, 1 round. No, we just need the triple-double and stop getting... Oh, well.
He's missing some of these missiles. All right.
That's okay.
Let's see. Ronald gets 1 beam.
It's a double for Baria.
Ronald gets 2 beams.
2 doubles. And
3 beams. 4
and the sweet spot. It's 4 beams for
4
Ronald.
beams
My
for Ronald.
gosh. I was just mesmerized by the core here and getting doubled by Baria.
That's why there's two commentators, so we can focus on separate races. Oh boy, that hurt me. Let's see.
Ooh,
Hopefully
Ronald
it's a
could look like he got a
There you go.
one-rounder.
A
Good.
one-round Yakuza kind of helps
Okay.
to alleviate the nonsense he
Just a little.
Yeah. Right,
Ooh,
let's see how this
Yakuza
guy
is
goes.
not having it as he jumps around the room here, just dropping whatever those are.
I don't want to know.
Spewing his guts at us. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
tried to go for that opening double and no. There's one. All right, give me another. Perfect. All right, so just one more missile. See if we get that sweet spot, and he does. Meanwhile, Baria getting into the scariest of sex chases from the casual perspective, at least in most people's opinion, as far as I know.
I
Turned off the game. I
was
think
like,
I just
nope.
died like 7 times and had to.
No, the SAX was a boogeyman for me growing up. I hated this thing. It was an utter terror.
I think that was the whole point, though.
Oh yeah, it did. Infusion did what it needed to do perfectly.
Still one of the better horror games, even though it's not a horror game. Yeah, though it may as well be.
Clean escape there by Baria. He's now about to enter the next boss fight, which is very soon after I was gonna call him Arachnus. Yakuza.
It's kind of a mini gauntlet here of bosses. No beams again! Baria, what is this?
Baria has manipulated. Baria has paid off the refs in this game.
I'm calling shenanigans.
That is hilarious. Wow.
I am calling shenanigans.
Love it. By the way, clean fight. Almost got shot there at the end, but a clean escape by Ronald.
I don't think he's seen a beam since
It's been. I don't think
Saris.
he's seen a beam since Saris. Yeah.
Crazy.
I could be wrong. He might have seen one during emergency, but I thought it was clear.
No, I don't think he's had. I don't think he had one in emergency.
Right, he had 0 missiles coming out, but he did get some green drops. So if he can hit his doubles here,
there's one more double. We'll do it. And he tinked one.
Nice.
I gotta grab that green, but you know what? That's okay.
You know what? He's good.
Still ahead.
He's probably not happy with that fight, Baria and Ronald himself.
Meanwhile, Ronald is getting more beams.
Goodness, this is hurting me. That's 6 beams.
This is hurting my feelings, game.
That's 6 beams between those 2 bosses. Oh boy, that hurts me. All right, well, let's see Ronald with this fight.
Looking clean here so far.
What's good about Ronald's fight in comparison to Baria, at least so far with what I'm seeing, is, and I'm waiting until he kills it, he has not taken damage here, so an overall much cleaner fight. He'll get green X, as you can see.
All he got is green.
Yeah. So if he can hit his doubles here, he'll save some time. Well, the time that he lost with the beams anyways.
Nope. The doubles were not having it, just got 1, which is okay.
Yeah. 1's better than none there.
I think they both got 1.
Right. Baria, I think, got 1 double, and so did Ronald. So overall, not their best fights for either of them, though Ronald definitely had a much cleaner first phase going into that.
So I think, if anything, Ronald nets neutral on that one. But we get to go back to Sector 5, which was getting destroyed the entire time we were there. We just didn't know it because everything was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right, Chad. I'm sorry, I lied. We have to go back to Sector 5 a 3rd time. Thankfully, this isn't 100%.
Stop lying to the chat, Flash.
Because on 100%, you would go to Sector 5 4 times. Because victory laps.
We love cleanup victory lap.
Skip Nightmare for massive time save, says Dark Spy. An ideal strat again. Too bad we can't do it. We gotta fight this wretched boss. Some would call this boss a nightmare. I'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Baria with a nice shine store. Does he get the spark? Of course he does. Easy peasy. There you go. Memory corruption ban. Maybe we should have a memory corruption tournament next.
If only that were a great idea.
I'm joking. We do not want that. If we do another fusion tournament, Glenn, I don't know about you, feeling hundo. Let's see if he gets hit by the Glen Pirate here. He does
didn't.
not.
No one
Oh.
else but me seems to get hit by that stupid thing.
Oh my goodness! All
Need
right.
hundo attorney, says Monkey in chat.
Monkey and I are on the same. We've talked about this.
If y'all
really
hold him,
want
if there's a hundo attorney, I am down.
And then Scotty ruined it.
100 missiles attorney.
What is
Scotty,
this?
please.
Oh, get out of here. All right, so let's see if Barry gets. He got a beam? No, he didn't. Oh my gosh, Barry! Madness is this? Oh goodness. Oh boy. While chat tries to figure out what's going on, Barry has entered Nightmare.
And
Nice.
finish the phase of Nightmare while the Melty Face portion shows up. Fantastic.
Nice low pattern, which is the ideal pattern for a counterclockwise fight against Nightmare.
Very
Sets up
nice.
really easy.
As you do. Show me the triple. There's one.
Let's go.
There's two.
Let's go.
Triple double for Baria.
And also no
Wow.
beams for Ronald. He needed that.
Yes,
Good.
he did. 'Cause
I'm
he's
happy
gotta keep
for him.
up here.
Yeah, it was killing me. Good job with the triple double for Baria. Ronald Rage is now entering this fight as Baria escapes it. Both still relatively close.
And Ronald not having as quick of a phase for Nightmare, but still pretty quick all the same.
Yeah.
See, oh geez, and he got the pattern where he will just
Yeah.
follow you.
Well, thankfully, he was able to have a quick recovery there.
Show me the triple double, Ronald. There's one.
Not the best
Two.
ball for Baria there.
Very nice.
Beautiful, Ronald. Love to see it. Great triple-double. A very clean fight. He's around 55 seconds behind from Baria, if I'm judging by the splits correctly here.
I think
but
you're about right, yeah.
yeah, it's still relative. Again, I know that's a big distance, but we got a few more fights before we just put it in.
Nice red, Baria. We've seen reds from both of them now in different enemies.
Baria is now about to enter the red doors, which I don't think he was told to do. That might be against the fusion laws.
Just Adam's laws, and
Just Adam's laws. Okay.
We're like a rebellious teenagers and say "heck you, Dad," and just kind of do our thing. Besides, we can't be trapped in here.
And of course. Did Adam mention opening red door? I don't think he did.
No.
Nice R shot to get through that door, Ronald, and a much cleaner fall in the room in comparison to Baria. Help save time because Baria struggled in that room.
Just a little bit, yeah. So, boss and RNG aside, movement between bosses is just as, if not more important.
Yeah. And let's see, Ronald gets one of those blocks. Crucial that you do so you don't have to waste time with a bomb. He's about to open red doors as Baria.
Another red for Ronald, did I see? I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
That really helps because it prevents some of the farming that you may have to do in Sector 6.
I mean, he doesn't need to grab it, though.
It's true. And
Meanwhile, just speed boosting through that cargo there.
yeah, much easier than the Hundo strat because you have to do some annoying shine sparks.
Oh no, Baria! What is going on?
Oh, he's getting stunned. That's happened to me before. I actually have seen that happen. Very annoying when those little puffers kind of like can keep you stuck in this loop of never-ending pain. The runners are confused on chat as well.
I too am confusion.
Yeah.
Someone explain.
All right, Ronald.
I
gets
realize
past
that's our
Eva.
job, but someone else explain. I'm bored.
So pretty much what happened is Baria probably wasn't fast enough to get past them spawning, so they interrupted his space jump, and he probably anticipated that he could just jump through with the iframes, but couldn't, and so he just kept taking damage.
Yikes. Meanwhile, remember what I said earlier about how suits do progressive defense? Yeah, well, these snails do way too much damage, so you couldn't even tell.
Great space boost by Ronald. Gets through the Kago room. All right, let's hope he doesn't get kind of whatever happened there.
Nope, he grabbed the ladder.
Ah, good man. Avoiding the Oh, that
Baria,
was awful.
don't die to box 2, says Sci-Fi Gemini.
Sci-Fi Gemini, great advice. From another
Professional
active
troll.
runner in the
Baria
tourney, by the
opting
way.
not to spark out of that room. Interesting.
Ronald Rage now gets the diffusion missiles with a time of 1:01:36. It looks like that's when he splits.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it looks like Ronald splits at the end of his melody. I split at the beginning of it.
Same.
It's all runner's preference, honestly. Doesn't really matter.
Gives me a sec to stretch
Cool
my
down.
hands.
Mm-hmm. A lot of advice from runners here. So we have Jocko saying, Baria, don't call 1-800-CASH GOLD. Scotty's
Cash
saying...
for gold, it's a scam.
the Shine Spark only saves 10 frames. And Mike Food, with probably the best advice of all, he owns Baria.
I don't know. Your Discord role says otherwise, but you know
Yeah.
what? I'm not going to argue with the man himself. Mike owns Baria.
Pretty sure Baria beat him in the race, though. I mean, this is tough. Leaderboard says one thing, tournament bracket says another. This could go either way. I think they should race again.
One day.
Scoots owns everyone. I don't know about that, says all the question marks. But especially Mike. Chat's having a field day here.
As
Anyway,
they have the entire
yes.
tournament, though, let's be
It's a
honest.
fun time. We love it. We're all friends here. Next up, Baria is going to cross a line. A camera sees him, tells him not to go that way. He quickly says, "You're right. I shouldn't go that way."
I'm going to go fight this robot that apparently gained a Microsoft sponsorship and is now the Xbox.
All right, let's see what happens
That
here.
same goofy robot we fought before, but now for some reason it has missiles.
All right, nice, decent fight here so far to start. Get some missiles for
Baria,
shot.
Baria,
Baria.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Damage, my
Please
guy.
stop hitting. You were told not to die here.
Oh no, what's going on here? Oh, Bar, you gotta be careful.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Just don't get hit by the wave beam.
The wave beam does a lot of damage here. We have to. This is scary.
Okay.
All right.
Grabbing some of the yellow X for
Careful.
health. See? Smart.
Oh, we took the damage though. That's what, 40 damage? It does more. Oh my goodness. No way. That is devastating for Baria. Now all Ronald needs to do is complete this run. Oh my goodness. The wave beams hit him too many times. Question for chat. How much does all three of the beams do when they all hit you from the X core? I'm sure Scotty or someone could answer that. That's so sad to see. You hate to see a runner die in this tournament at any point. You hope both of them are able to finish.
Clearly it's just me, because both of the races I've counted for somebody died.
All right, we're switching the audio to Ronald Rage so you can hear him as his run is still live. 80-something with all three beams.
86.
A wave shot is 86. Okay, so the main reason it did 40 was because only one of the beams must have hit him.
Crazy.
And then that full shot did a lot. That's devastating.
Oh, man.
I believe you're right, Ross. I believe if the ice core hits you, it does over 100. Got a feel for him there. In the meantime, let's see what we can have here with Ronald Rage.
There's Metroids in my Metroid game. Who would have guessed?
They're all over the place. It's just any part of the beam. Thank you for that clarification, Scotty. I must have seen it wrong. It's just a standard projectile, not actual wave beam. All right. Yes, we will take a knee for our fallen. Regardless of what ultimately happens, although it does look like Ronald will have this race, both runners are, again, incredible. And sometimes deaths happen. And I'm not going to lie, Glenn, You know which boss I die to a lot when I run?
Oh, gee, is it Speedy Snake Boy?
No, not Speedy Snake. I reset a lot there.
Shocking.
It's the boss that just killed Baria. That boss has killed
Also
me a few
box 2.
times. Yeah,
Same.
it's sometimes it just happens. So I
We
feel the
do
pain.
not appreciate the Xbox and its very cruel method of ending runs.
Very clean movement though for Ronald coming into that box fight. So he does again. All he needs to do is just not die.
Mm-hmm.
Then he should be good. Baria said I was going to refill on the way to 6, but I didn't want people to make fun of me. Oh, man. We still love you either way, Baria.
I'm still in disbelief, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hurts.
Well,
say, do you want to bring Baria into chat now, or Baria? What about you? You're on the chat here. Do you want to talk to us about the race while Ronald finishes this off, or do you want to wait until he finishes the run? Just let us know, and we could send you an invite. He did miss a few missiles as well. It did look like on box 2. Anyway, we'll likely get his feedback again shortly.
kinda crazy. Yeah. Just crazy. Meanwhile, loudest sound in the universe, Ridley, gonna fly around. His hitbox is a giant square, and Wave Beam does damage per frame thanks to Plasma. It's a lovely time. Ridley has so much health, but you know what? It made quick work of it with the Wave Beam.
Decent fight by Ronald here. Ideally, you want to shoot this thing from the bottom and
bottom corner and diagonal, because that.
Wow, beautiful!
And an opening double. Two doubles.
Oh my, Ronald! Oh, that is insane! Wow. Great, incredible, beautiful, beautiful fights. That core was awesome. It's hard to get triple double on that core.
It's almost like something awakened in Ronald. And now he's just he's got cracked, and like I said, his end game is usually very, very good.
Absolutely.
So triple double on Ridley. Wow. To escape Sector 6 and go fight ourselves.
Ronald does have a very good end game here. Let's see how he moves through. At this point, it's kind of just seeing if you could beat the PB.
I don't think he can.
Yeah, it does look like he is behind the splits a little bit, but just don't die.
I think it's just the difference in RNG that he's had. You know, Aria's RNG up until this point was perfect after Saris, so
pretty good overall.
You know,
see what he's gonna do. Ronald electing to just do the space jump, and honestly, unless you can guarantee that you can shot cancel that room,
I can't.
Just space jump. Kind of
skill issue
for everyone.
When we get to do our favorite bit is the revelation with Adam.
Yes.
Wow. No one saw this coming. Samus's internal monologue about how Adam was such a cool person in life. Now Space Dad is a robot. We love the super long text boxes. 5 lines, 5 lines, 7 lines.
Yep. There you go. Thank goodness holding the A button speeds it up ever so slightly.
So if you've ever stored the shine spark in that room and you've accidentally sparked and you get a nickel for every time that you've done it, who else would have at least $1?
I would.
I would.
What I've elected to do is just stop holding left in the transition between save and nav. just so that way I don't do it. I know there's probably a faster way, but yeah, that's what I do.
Several faster ways, I'm sure.
Sci-Fi Gemini says
You'd have 3 nickels. 15 cents.
Just spin jump.
Yep,
You don't understand. What if I miss input and all of a sudden I get a headache from bonking my head against the ceiling? I guess that's just a skill issue. That's probably what that is. All right, Ronald going for the home stretch. Just 4 shots, says Thunder.
I don't know. I'm here, therefore 4-shot does not exist.
Well, you and Sci-Fi Gemini are here. 2 people who tend to decrease the likelihood of that happening. We'll see. Chat, did you know there's a secret passage right there above the navigation room missiles? For those who don't know, use it on any percent. It's the faster way. But you can only do it if you have screw attack, so the more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm. And it's executing. Great shot cancels for an easy climb for Ronald. He's almost there. That's right, Thunder. Basic math suggests that 2 negatives equal
Thank you,
9.
Scotty, for the G.I. Joe bit. Much appreciated. If one person in chat didn't say G.I. Joe after I said that, I was going to be very sad.
All right, let's hope for a clean fight, Ronald. Let's
2,
go.
3. Oh my gosh, the legend.
Wow.
I don't believe it.
It's just
4-shot exists for Ronald today.
Busted. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Does he? Oh, he does. Does he 2-shot?
No. Well, okay. You know what? That's okay.
Yeah. 4-shotting the first phase is always great. All right, let's see if he can hit these triple doubles.
Nope.
Oh, the tink. Oh my goodness. Careful, Ronald. That ice beam hurts.
Yes, it does.
I think he knew that, so he's just taking it careful now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. I think, well, is that what? 1 or 2 doubles there? I don't know. There's so much ice particle effects.
1.
You know what?
Maybe there
definitely
were 2.
wasn't
I don't
6.
know. I think I blinked and missed something.
All right. All Ronald needs to do now is escape within 3 minutes, and we will have ourselves a winner in this race. All right. Does he get the nice fall? The good fall. That's what I call it.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. He landed.
He landed. Not a good fall. All right. What about the swag spark low height? Oh, this is...
Question mark.
This is what we're all waiting for, chat. Can he hit off the swag spark? All right. Here we goes. More commonly known as the low height, but that's not a fun name. All right. Here he goes.
Got it. Got it.
Amazing. Love to see it. Just a nice end game flex by Ronald Rage here. Great.
We are looking at a 115 for Ronald.
Yes. A solid
win, barring disaster here. Knock on wood.
Really, the only way that happens is if you run into the Omega without collecting the free power-up that the game gives you.
I feel attacked. I have a clip of me doing that.
Oh my goodness. Did you just forget to press jump?
No, I was looking down at my phone and holding right.
Well, you know what? That happens.
That clip is called when you snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
And we got it. So, we'll have our winner here, and we'll mark it. Or, here we go.
GG's to Ronald.
GG's to Ronald Rage. A great race between the two. An unfortunate end for Baria, but overall a very thrilling race through at least really honestly through the wave sectors there. They were within a minute for most of that run. So
that was a good race up until
Ronald Rage closed SG right after Yakuza. Oh goodness. Well, the pace between you two was kind of persistent there, but you know what? Let's bring them in to talk about that. And Glenn, I'll leave that to you because I'm awful with the internet. Me and
Boy.
computers just don't work. I'm surprised I'm able to run this game. All right, so overall, Glenn, fun race. Two of our good friends here.
Yo,
Love what we saw.
There's
Ronald, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. What happened to Barry?
He died at Xbox.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
rough.
he
Rough.
was probably around 45 seconds ahead at that point. You said you had closed SG after Yakuza, and we'll talk to him about it when you come in, but I'm going to tell you right now, between,
comes in.
what was it, Wide Beam, right, Glenn, and Yakuza, you had, what, 10 beams? He had 0.
He
Yeah,
hadn't had a
Insane.
beam since Saris. It was absolutely crazy. Speak of
Here
the
you go.
devil. Hi,
Baria.
Baria. How are you?
Great. What's up? GG, Ron.
GG. I didn't even know you died until I finished because I was like, I could tell I was getting distracted just like watching the stream on the side, so I just
It can
closed
be.
it.
It
And
can be distracting.
it helped too because I got 2 golds like after I closed it.
Nice.
So I didn't even know. That's man, because Barry obviously deserves the win here. It just sucks he died.
I
Better
made
player
the wrong
overall.
decision. I should have refilled leaving 4.
Coming into 6, you're saying?
Yeah,
Well, you can
Nice.
always fill up on those blue
Well,
X's.
I did, but I still only had like 300 something, which I mean, you should live with that, but I messed up Xbox really bad.
Yeah, I had a 4-round. 4-round Cirrus. It's such a
I
weird fight.
also had a 4-round Cirrus.
I knew you did have a 2-round because I could see that I wasn't insanely behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bummer.
My RNG was crazy.
It
I don't
was
think I s-
godlike after Saris.
I don't think I saw a beam after Saris. And
You
then
didn't.
I got a 1-round Yakuza.
I got a 1-round Yakuza, but I got 4 beams, so it's like,
So we're watching
Pretty
Baria have no beams, and I'm just freaking out that this is
Yeah, we were like so
the
jealous,
goddess of
honestly.
RNGs.
Yeah, I mean, I was easily getting 114. It probably would have 4x'd.
That's not a bad time overall, considering your PB is a what again? It's close to that.
It's a
very
32.
close. Yeah. So that was a 47. Weird. That was a 47. But hey.
So Ronald, you said the 2 segments you golded, those were the wave beam and screw attack, right?
Yeah, I golded 3, but 1 wasn't real ice missiles because I only had 2 missiles leading box 1, so I had to.
I see.
But yeah, wave beam and screw because I got. Oh my god, I got a triple double again, dude. You're crazy on Ridley Core.
That was an incredible moment to see that happen because we were all that first double in particular was quite impressive. And the first one tends to be the hardest one to hit sometimes, at least for me personally. So that was awesome to hit.
I didn't think I was gonna hit it, but it was yellow, so I was like, well, okay, I hit it. Cool. Let's go for it. Man, that would have been a crazy gold if I got a 0 beam. I got 1 beam and still golded by like 2 seconds.
Not bad. What was I guess those were probably your favorite segments. Baria, what did you feel was your strongest segment going into this run? Or, looking back at it.
In the run, yeah.
Yakuza.
Yakuza was pretty good.
Everything else, I mean, my emergency was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I made some mistakes, but I got the no beams and the double, so that was cool. I mean, I think I played really well all around, besides a lot of, like, weird mistakes, just, like, nervous stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, with a 4-round Saris, I was, like, I don't know, only plus 16. Like,
That's not bad.
In late game.
Yeah, I was
So-
plus 30 when I hit that.
Yeah,
Lost a bunch of time on high jump and then lost even more time on Saris.
I was like plus 28 at Saris, I think, but I was like gaining on my PB pretty consistently. So I don't know. I think I played well, and then I just choked box 2. I wasn't getting any shots in. I kept tinking missiles. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was
fall in the water or something?
I mean, I just kept like, I
'Cause
don't
that's
even
usually
know.
that's usually how it happens, where like Xbox itself does a ridiculous amount of damage, and then you
Well,
just
I was like missing shots, so then you can't get shots out because your missile's still on screen, and then I was like tinking missiles, so your missiles are still on screen, so you can't do anything. So I just kept trying to get one good round in of shots to kill it, and I couldn't. It was like I was getting like 2 in over and over, and then I had like 70 HP to start the core fight, so I farmed some yellow X's. And then I took a hit on the second shot and I had 30 HP. And then I would have been fine if I had just like, I don't know.
play it a little
It
safer.
seemed like the wave beam followed you on that jump, the kill shot. That
Yeah,
it had on you.
that can happen, and I've died like that before, and that's what I was afraid of. And I was too far away from it. I should have just gotten close to it like I normally do, because I normally don't get hit. But I was like scared, and that just made it more dangerous.
Yeah, that fight's like free when it's like on
Yeah.
scripted, or like when it's on script. But
Yeah.
then when something happens, like
It can
so many
snowball
people have
quickly.
died on that fight in races. Like
Yeah.
even the weekly races, we've had so many deaths on that.
Yeah, and I was gonna refill because I took damage from the POW amps in like the room
You
before
got juggled by
diffusion.
them. Yeah. they
Yeah,
juggled
so
them.
my health was pretty bad. I had like 200 HP flat after that
Yeah.
room. And
You should have, because
then-
you were so far ahead.
I
But it is
know.
what it is. It is what it is.
I know, and
In the
that's
moment,
what
it's hard to.
that's what. Well, I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, he's really refilling." So
Who
It
cares?
doesn't matter in a race,
don't
dude.
judge.
It does
yeah,
not
I
matter.
know. That was my thought process, though, and then I
all
just
good, buddy.
and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it because I'll be fine anyway, and then fine. So yeah, that's what happened.
Good. Yeah, my early game was really bad, but then after super missiles, I guess I played pretty decent. Only losing time to my PB on space jump, plasma, and the last split. Oh, I lost 10 seconds on the last split. Oh, right, the I messed up on the Hor node. Forgot about that.
The Hornode SAX. You had a 4-shot. We were all joking about that because
That was
the
that was
common
messed up.
meme is 4-shot doesn't exist. Yeah.
Proving it wrong. But yeah, I don't know what happened on that Hor node. It is what it is, though. Things happen.
Overall,
It took me
decent.
like 5 shots to kill it.
Was there anything else you two want to add before we wrap things up here?
Nah, GG's Baria for sure is the more solid runner, but I mean deaths happen, so GG.
GG.
All right, Glenn, anything else you want to say as we wrap up this presentation of the tournament?
Nothing personal from me, but I do want to inform everyone of our next race, which is tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern. It is our lovely other commentator here, Flash Frost versus
boy.
Sci-Fi Gemini.
Oh, gonna be a fun race. That's for
We
sure.
do not have a channel listed for you at this time, so keep an eye out on the schedule for that one. And Ryan Ford will be commentating with WXFan21.
All right, that should be a fun one. It'll be a late night one for me, but an early morning one for my friend and a helper, Gemini. Honestly, you've all helped here. We all help each other. That's the beautiful thing about this sci-fi. That's the beautiful thing about this community. We've all helped each other, so it's just fun to see. And these practice races we've had on the side have definitely been great. So let's just see before we end things. Obviously, we have that race tomorrow night. But in the winner's bracket, we have, and I don't think there's a time yet, but we will have Scotty against Monkey in the semifinals. As for the loser's bracket, Mike Food will face the winner of Gemini and myself, and then Ronald will face the winner of FPiz and Kaya before moving on to the next round. So good luck to everyone, by the way. This has been a fun tournament, and it's not yet over. So hoping for some more thrilling races down the line. That's for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
hoping FPiz dies to Sap Skip.
Oh my god.
That'll be great for me.
You heard it
Because
here.
I got no shot against FPiz.
Oh man,
But it is what it is. GG's. Buddy.
GG's, everyone.
GG.
All right. Well,
See ya.
Glenn, I guess we'll wrap this up over here, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, before you guys go, make sure to give Bariasu and Ronald Rage follows on Twitch, and of course, support. They're always running Fusion. Bariasu, add an SU on his name there that you see on the screen. Ronald Rage, that's his name. Metal Glenn Solid and myself also run. If you want to follow more Fusion racers, stay tuned to Speedgaming because we will have more Fusion, of course, races through the week and likely next week as well. Again, tomorrow, next race, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there.